welcome everybody to today's webinar. For anyone that doesn't know who I am, I'm Megan Twentyman, the BDM of Unified Communications here at Bluechip. And I am really thrilled to bring you the first webinar for 2025, looking at all the key updates that have been happening and how we're kickstarting in 2025. I'm trying to stick to our normal bite-sized format, but there is a lot to go through today. If you've got questions as we go along, please use the Q&A box. And you'll see I've got a slightly different logo on my front page here that I'm very excited that I get to be 30 all year this year. Of course, I definitely look 30. And that is because we are celebrating 30 years in New Zealand, originally as Soft Solutions, now as Bluechip Infotech New Zealand. And we've got a really exciting year with roadshows. On the line with me today, I've got Akila, who's our UC sales engineer.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining today's webinar. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Awesome, thanks Akila. So on to today's agenda. As I said, there is a lot to get through today. So we're going to unpack the strategic direction documentation that was released by 3CX, look at the multi-tenant solution, talk about the price changes that have occurred. There's been update 4 go live and update 5 and release candidate. We're going to drill down on that reporting roadmap, just cover off again that version 18 is end of life, a few minor changes to the partner program, and then we'll wrap up with that Q&A. Feel free to throw questions in as we go along, but I will not be answering those until we get to the end of the webinar. Just makes it a lot easier for me to concentrate on getting all the right information to you. All right, so strategic direction from 3CX. As you will all have seen, early in February, Nick Galea, the CEO and founder of 3CX, laid out the strategic direction for 3CX moving forward. 3CX will be 20 towards the end of 2025, so is now a very mature organization with a very mature platform. The 3CX platform was always designed for medium to large enterprise deployments. Due to the ease of the product and the platform being, so easily adopted by smaller partners servicing smaller customers, it's become very popular, and we saw that across Australasia with the SMB markets and other parts of the world with SMB markets as well. The product is designed for medium to large, with more advanced features continuing to be developed. The vision right back at the beginning was to demystify telecommunications and empower IT people to be able to service their customers. So the re-architecture of version 20 was a very major change from version 18, and Nick Galea publicly acknowledged that within the blog, but it was very necessary to prepare for the future development and for the security challenges that will continue to evolve. We live in a very different world to what it was 20 years ago. So it's been stated that they don't envisage large changes to the platforms in the next 3 years. The platform is ready for extensions of features and functionality. During 2025, 3CX expect to deliver smaller incremental updates focused on key areas, including enterprise quality reporting, advanced post-call analytics using the AI, enhancing the contact center features, which are already significant within the product, further management and admin improvements. They're always thinking of how it can be made easier. Obviously, they will continue to strengthen security, live chat, starting to bring AI integration in to be able to give some off-pat answers, which will make our lives a bit easier. Some in-call AI integration to suggest better answers for agents and that type of stuff. So it's almost a training tool. Extending and improving the documentation of the APIs. So you've seen a lot of those call scripts being released, etc. And providing even more of those scripts and training. It's a really exciting landscape coming forward, but with all things and strategic directions and changes, it can cause a bit of uncertainty for partners, and I'm hoping that we can demystify some of that today with you. The other thing that was very clear, and has been clear for quite some time, is that with that change in focus and direction, they cannot sustain looking after the sheer volume of small partners and small customers globally without detrimentally affecting their ability to focus on their core solution of medium to large enterprises. Because of this, we've seen price increases on the 4 simultaneous call licenses. They're no longer subsidized. So the bigger licenses, we're subsidizing the smaller licensing. The hosting was being subsidized if you were using hosted by 3CX, so there's been an increase. But in saying that, there's also been a decrease for the larger licenses because they're no longer subsidizing the small licenses. Whilst 4 simultaneous call is still available for now, it is not listed on their website. It is only available via the partner channel. Support is limited to level 1 and 2 support only. Remember that Bluechip still offers all our free support as well. And the other key announcement that was part of that strategic direction was that the revenue from the 4 simultaneous call licenses no longer counts towards partner targets. And that was effective the 4th of February Cyprus time, which was early in the morning, the 5th of February New Zealand time. Bronze partners no longer receive any free support from 3CX, but we've got your back. We've always looked after all our partners, whether they're bronze to platinum. Bluechip continues to offer that service locally through the expertise of Aquila and Anoop, and we will continue to provide that free of charge. The 3CX AI is only available for 8 simultaneous call and up licenses now, and for Pro it's the voicemail only transcription. Enterprise is the full transcription. Now, those lingering free standard 4 simultaneous call licenses, and for anybody that's a new partner, you may not even remember that we used to have 3 types of licenses: standard, Pro, and enterprise. So this refers to that legacy standard license. Those licenses that have been upgraded to version 20 are sitting on a 4 simultaneous call license, which will continue to work until the end of 2025. However, the message has been clear for many years that those free licenses are not the way forward, and that they need to be moved to a commercial license. Yes, the goalposts have been moved with extensions of licenses, which is just due to the sheer volume of them. 3CX has been working for the best interests of the partner community and the customer community. At the end of 2025, those licenses will be renewed for 2026, but downgraded from a 4 simultaneous call to a 2 simultaneous call license only. Anyone that is still on a version 18 free standard license, which has already downgraded to a 2 simultaneous call license, if that is not upgraded to version 20 before the 31st of March, you will lose access permanently to that license. If it is upgraded to version 20, it will remain as a 2 simultaneous call. It will not go up to a 4 simultaneous call license, and then it will renew for 2026 at version 20. All right. Now, New Zealand, I hear you say, what about us? We are a country of SMB partners. We are a country of small businesses, and the large customers are there, and we definitely have them, and those are our target audience as well with our 3CX solution. And that's where the multi-tenant solution suits our market really well. So multi-tenant from 3CX was released in 2024, late 24. Okay, this is in a way to group lots of small instances together. So it's for your very small clients, group them all into one instance, that you maintain one instance and not 12 instances, for example. The minimum requirement is a Pro 16 simultaneous call license for a multi-tenant. And for smaller customers that need more advanced features like CRM integration or Microsoft 365 integration, etc., they will still need a dedicated instance. You should push them towards an 8 simultaneous call minimum. 16 simultaneous call and above is the focus area for 3CX. But let's do this in increments that work for our market, and moving and letting 4 simultaneous call licenses lapse and move into the multi-tenant is definitely a strong way forward. So just to recap with the multi-tenant, because there is a little bit of misunderstanding out there, it's a Pro 16 simultaneous call or higher license. It must be brand new to be deployed as multi-tenant. You cannot repurpose an existing license that has previously been deployed as dedicated. But on the flip side, If you decided to change your multi-tenant to just a standard dedicated license, you can go that way. When you have purchased a qualifying license for multi-tenant, it will appear in your partner portal as normal. However, the deployment is slightly different. You must visit the download section, and you can see my little screenshot there, and choose the 3CX multi-tenant installation for Windows or Linux. Then you will be presented with My Systems page that is specifically for installing multi-tenant, and it will show you the eligible licenses that are there. So it's really important that you don't deploy the instance from your standard My Systems page. If you do, reach out to us and we'll work with you and 3CX to see if we can do something about that. They will be looking at the date that that license has been purchased, but it's imperative that you follow the multi-tenant installation guide. So moving on to the recent price changes. So the price changes were announced by 3CX in January for the 1st of February. The 1st of February came and we did not have the new pricing, and there was a slight delay. It was released on the 4th of February Cyprus time, which was the 5th of February New Zealand time. We got the pricing at the same time as the partner channel, and we updated our system within about 25 minutes. So my team worked really hard to put that in place for you. What we saw as expected was increases on the smaller licenses. Realignment of the hosting prices was also announced, and then the larger licenses actually only saw very minor changes. Above 16 simultaneous calls, there were very minor changes, and on some of the really large licenses, it was like $5. So that's the way it is. In terms of pricing, we've always been very transparent about the pricing. We take the US retail price and divide it by the exchange rate that Bluechip has set for a full month and holds for that month. And that becomes the New Zealand exclusive of GST pricing. The partner discounts are then applied off that. As you all know, the world economics is pretty volatile at the moment, and we have seen 15-year lows on our poor New Zealand dollar against the USD. So that has been difficult. We are starting to see a rally, so hopefully we'll start to see that inch up a little bit, but we're in pretty uncertain economic times at the moment. But business confidence in New Zealand is at a really good level, and we're seeing some great starts to 2025. So now I'm going to hand over to Akila, and she's going to take you through a recap of Update 4, which went live at the beginning of December, which was just after our webinar at the end of November. Update 5 has made it to release candidate as of the 19th of February, so we won't be too far away from Update 5 going live. And, Akila will walk you through what those key things are, including that exciting introduction of 3CX's own AI from Update 4. So over to you, Akila.
Thanks, Megan, for the updates on the pricing changes. And before we move on to the latest updates in 3CX20, let's quickly go over what was added in Update 4. So one of the biggest highlights was 3CX AI, designed by 3CX to deliver AI-powered features at the cost-effective price, which is built for enterprise solutions. And while it's currently available, additional charges will apply in the future. And we also saw the introduction of free voicemail transcriptions with AI, which will be coming back for pro users in Update 5 for systems with 8 simultaneous calls and above. Another key feature was free call transcription for enterprise users, and which will remain free until the end of 2024.
You there, Akila? We've lost
Can you hear me?
We've got you back again.
Okay, sorry. I think something must have gone wrong. Okay, can you hear me, Megan?
Yes, we've got you, Akila.
Okay, probably I missed start again.
No,
Okay.
we got you. We got the 3CX AI, so we're up to the granular control.
Okay. Okay, so to give admins more control, 3CX added granular transcription settings by department, making it easier to manage AI-powered transcriptions at scale. For developers and businesses looking for more flexibility, 3CX rolled out a new call control API and call scripts, allowing for more customization in call handling and automation. In terms of hardware support, 3CX now supports the new Airlink AX83H, a portable Wi-Fi phone which can be added as an SBC router phone too. And finally, a small but handy update, recording prompts via an IP phone is now possible, making it easier to customize system messages without needing additional tools. So that's a quick recap of update 4. Now let's move on to what's coming in update 5, which is currently at the release candidate stage. Voicemail transcription is back for pro users using 3CX AI, which is for 8 simultaneous calls and above, making it easier to review messages on the go. And the call recording transcription can now be sent directly to your email. There are also enhancements to DID import. You can now import DIDs and include the inbound route so they auto assign to extensions. Another great addition is customizable greetings for queues and ring groups. You can now have their own custom voicemail greetings. A notification of upcoming subscription expiry will now be sent directly to system owners and managers. Think about who holds what roles on your customer PBX. And continuing with update 5, you can now generate temporary remote access links to the web admin console, perfect for allowing tech support or even remote 3CX remote access without giving full access forever. The global company phone book lets admin control how often IP phones and DECT phones update their phone book. This makes sure users always have the latest contact information, which is really important in places like hotels where guest names need to be added or updated for room service calls. And new phone templates have been added, supporting more devices, giving users more choices for their setup. And the next So with update 5 release candidate, now lets you integrate with Google Workspace, just like with Microsoft 365, you can sync users' personal contacts, calendars, and profile pictures. Single sign-on and extension mapping makes the setup quick and easier. And now with multi-tenant improvements, department owners can create trunks, giving them more control. You can also manage transcription settings for each tenant, customize holiday prompts, and configuring paging and multicast, and more details will be coming soon. And the users can now easily sync their status between 3CX and Microsoft Teams. They can pick which status to sync, giving more control over their presence. So with 3CX, you can now customize avatar shapes for all users. Choose for option from the options like circular or square avatars to match your company style. Simply go to user settings in the management console and select your preferred shape. This will allow users to customize more modern looking interfaces. And now I'll hand over back to Megan to continue this session.
Thanks, Akila. So now we're going to dive into the reporting roadmap. So reporting is a key function that is getting a massive overhaul at 3CX, and there is a lot going on. We've seen, I think, 3 or 4 different blogs about reporting and what is coming. So to start with, we're going to look at reporting 2.0, which was announced right at the end of November and is for enterprise license holders. 3CX is building dedicated call telephony tables and database views designed to capture advanced call metrics and statistics. They're going to include in-depth call tracking, call journey analysis, and more accurate data on metrics such as call durations, hold times, and queue performance. Why is that important? Better data gives you better accurate reporting. So the CDR, or call detail record, is the heart of good reporting. Currently, 3CX has a CDR and a call log database, but it's quite complex based on the old architecture. Some data is not there or is derived from other data. The decision was made by 3CX to go back into the core of 3CX, log the calls better, and create an improved CDR record per call that allows for proper in-depth reports, which is one of the key reasons that reporting has been delayed since the release of version 20. The new CDR format captures a wide range of call center metrics. So it's really for people that want to analyze those calls coming in, but it includes things like the caller details, the call flows, the termination reasons, and performance indicators. So it's all really important information. It's also a BI ready, which means that it's working on a separate database that will report on call data in a call analytics friendly way. This involves taking the new CDR record and post-processing it and storing the data in a summarized format so that it's business intelligence ready. The tables will allow for in-depth reporting via popular tools like Grafana and Power BI. So report templates for Grafana and Power BI will include the ones there that you can see on your screen. So agents per queue, call distribution by time, inbound versus outbound, peak times, top agents. So it's a set of templates that will be ready for Grafana and Power BI, giving you an out-of-the-box call and analytics view based on those BI ready tables. These templates will include the current report layouts, now also including graphs, as well as new views and reports. Examples of these reports will include, and I've got some images which you've probably seen in the blog, but I just pulled them out to flick through them so that you can have a quick look while I keep talking. So security is a really key thing when it comes to the BI ready tables, and housing them in a separate database schema accessible via a dedicated port different from the main port will allow you to connect directly to the BI ready tables securely. You'll have many options with scheduling, and whilst 3CX will support both Power BI and Grafana straight out of the box, that does require a separate license. Now, many Microsoft-friendly companies already use Power BI, and Grafana has a free option, which you can start with, or you can move up to the more advanced ones. So these are just some images of the types of reports for both Power BI and Grafana that will be there ready, but you'll be able to create your own. So pro users, don't worry, you're not forgotten. This is what's coming for you. Things like being able to select multiple users to receive reports. You know, managers at the moment have to send reports to individuals. They can now do that with simple clicks, so it'll be much easier. You know, when you're working with stats, you want to work with stats that mean something to your business. So internal versus external calls. I mean, it's just what stats are important to you. And usually we're focused on those external calls. The ability for multi-department reporting. Now, this is for managers that are overseeing multiple queues. So, you know, places with larger call centers will have many different queues and they'll have different levels of managers within those queues. Being able to see an overview of that is really important. Another thing is totals and CSV. A previous limitation has been overcome, and we'll see those coming with the new Pro reporting as well. There are also 4 new reports in development, which is the inbound call report, the detailed outbound call report, a user activity report, and a call distribution report. And there were some examples in the blog. The latest update around reporting was released just a few days ago, which has said that it is scheduled for update 6. Now, update 5, as you just heard, is at release candidate, so expect that to go live soon. And then we will get a look at this first, what we call standard reports. So they will be in the licenses regardless. So there are some examples from the blog here that I've just thrown the images in as we quickly skip through. Okay, just to recap, version 18 is now end of life. It went end of life at the end of 2024. 3CX did extend the SSL certificates to later in the year, September, but you do require, if you're still on version 18, which hopefully not many of you are, but you do require update 9B as of the 24th of February, which was Monday. Version 20 users needed to be on update 3 or above. If you're still doing the migration, don't forget to set your system owner, don't forget to check for IP restrictions, don't forget to review the guides to make sure you don't do anything wrong. If you lock yourself out of the instance without access to your system owner, it is a US or Euro $500 charge to get 3CX support to let you back in. The 3CX Partner Program has had just a couple of minor tweaks, but that does affect every single partner. So the partner targets run from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. You heard in the strategic overview that the 4 simultaneous call, new and renewal licenses no longer count towards those partner targets as of the new press release. So that was the 4th of February, Cyprus time. The targets have not changed for 2025 from 2024, but obviously with that chunk of revenue not counting, we're looking for new revenue sources. So through multi-tenants, through larger installations, that type of thing. There is also now that requirement to have your technical certifications, and we are starting to run those technical trainings on a pretty much monthly basis at the moment to try and help get everybody certified. Another change was that bronze partners no longer have support from 3CX unless it is purchased via their website, and silver partners have a limit of 10 tickets per year. Don't forget, you can still come to Bluechip New Zealand. We have our UC support at bluechipit.co.nz email address, and you can log a ticket with us, and we help all of our partners. It doesn't matter whether you're bronze or titanium, we will help all of you. So just those little updates there around that program. Right, I'm getting a dry throat from all my talking. So to wrap it up, keeping up to date is incredibly important. The new version 20 certifications were released and everybody's certs were reset back in 2024. Our March dates sold out within 24 hours, no surprises. We're about to open April and May dates, and they'll be available soon. I'm already taking a wait list. So if you want to get on that wait list, just reach us on UC at bluechipit.co.nz or to me directly. We'll get you on that list. Remember to stay up to date with our communications. The monthly newsletter came out yesterday. We do that February through November. We do take a break over December, January, unless there's something particularly urgent. We have our weekly newsletter and we have our closed LinkedIn community group. Akila's busy making videos and releasing blogs about key information. So you may have seen her recent series of videos on the bridges. So you'll keep getting that information from us as well. So thank you for attending today's webinar. I'm going to jump back and look at the Q&A and answer as many of your questions. Feel free to throw those in. As I say, dining out on being 30 this year. I wish that was the 0 birthday I was having this year, but let's have a look at those questions and see. I know there is a huge amount of information that I've covered today. We will send out the recording. We will answer any questions that you think of after the changes, yeah, happy to help. Right, in terms of your question about version 20 update 2, yes, that needed to be updated before the 24th of February. That update 2 can no longer connect to the 3CX activation server. So therefore that is going to mean a backup and restore situation for those instances. So only update 3 or higher can now reach that activation server. So you need to just have a look and see how many clients you've still got on update 2. And there'll be a bit of work to do there. So version 4, update 4 has been available since December, and I know some people chose not to go to update 4 because of the transcription for voicemails not being there. So a lot of people are sitting on update 3 waiting to go straight to update 5. So yeah, really important that you look at that. Okay, how long have we got to do the new certs? Okay, so the pressure is now on to start doing the certs. We will be running trainings very regularly, so it's important to have version 20. We have not been given any dates that anybody's partnership will be changed or altered because of certifications, but if we get any information about that, we will share that with the channel. It is just important to start redoing those certificates. So we, as the distributor, have access to the slide decks that Nicholas Perez runs the global trainings on. Akila has those. We just got the latest ones this week?
Yes.
This week. So that's what we'll be using to deliver the training. And yeah, it's important to start putting some time aside. As I say, the basic and advanced in March sold out. We do deliberately keep those sessions reasonably small, 10 to 15 people, just so that everybody feels they can ask questions and they can be answered, but we can also get through the training and certificates, the exams at the end of it, and get the certificates. But we are already talking about April and May dates, and we will release those very, very soon. Training sessions, it's a mix. So at the moment we're doing remote for March. So those are online sessions. Some of them will be in person in Auckland. Some of them will be in person in other parts of the country as we travel around the country this year, celebrating being 30. If I look good for 30, come on people. We will be giving a mix. So just watch for what suits you and your area. We do ask that if you're online that you are dedicating that time to it, because it's a lot of time and effort for us. These are free training courses, and we take Akila offline, and then myself and Anoop become the backup to be looking at those technical queries coming in, where we offer the free technical services as well. Yes, there will definitely be more social events coming this year. Look out for events coming to you. We've kicked off some tours. So we've just done a Southland and Otago tour celebrating 30 years. Some of our key partners that have been on our journey for a long time are getting awards. So there's some individual visits. We will have things like movie nights and things like that coming up. So we'll look forward to seeing many of you at those events throughout 2025. It's a really exciting year for us. Yes, the dates will be released as soon as we've set them. As I said, we will be setting the dates probably tomorrow for the April and May sessions. We do try to give 4 to 6 weeks notice of what those dates are. We just have to balance that around our marketing calendar and our resources as well. Those dates will be coming. I know everybody wants them, but I just also have to plan when we will be traveling and make sure that we have got backup for the online support as well for everybody. So just a lot of juggling going on, but those dates are coming. Any other questions? I can see that you're all very excited about technical training, and Akila's pretty excited to be sharing that with you. One thing I would say is, here at Bluechip, we're incredibly proud of how well Akila has picked up the 3CX information over the last almost 7 months. She's almost 7 months. She is still learning, and even in trainings there may be questions that she can't answer, but she will find out those answers and come back to everybody. So she's doing a fantastic job for us.
Thank you, Megan.
Not much more updates regarding Grafana additional dashboards yet. All of the information that is publicly available is what I've shared today. As we get more information, we'll share that. What I do know is that what we call standard reports, which will be in the Pro and Enterprise licenses by default, will come out first, because that's been said for update 6. The reporting 2.0, which is the Enterprise, Grafana and Power BI solutions, will follow, but that is them rebuilding those CDR tables as well. So that's a pretty massive infrastructure project. So I do not have a time frame on that. So when reporting 2.0 was announced at the end of 2024, it was kind of slated for early 25. Then they made that further announcement about going back and rebuilding those CDR tables. So I don't have a time frame on that. We'll just have to wait on what 3CX publicly make available. Awesome. I think that's probably most of the questions. If you get off this and think, I should have asked, please do feel free to reach out to us. We really appreciate your time. We'll share this recording with you. Happy to answer any questions via phone or email. You can reach out to us and we will happily help you with those. But once again, we really appreciate your time. We'll be back to our regular monthly webinars in between training dates. So we'll keep you informed with everything we have. If you're not getting our monthly newsletter, please let us know so that we can ensure that you are receiving that. And we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar, and have a great rest of your Thursday, end of month and everything. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.
Thank you.